A mother macaque is sitting with her newborn when another female approaches. The visitor stares at the infant, reaches forward, and pulls it away. The baby screams. Its mother follows closely, watching for a chance to recover it, but she does not attack. The kidnapper outranks her. Starting a fight could injure the mother, the infant, or both. So she stays nearby while another monkey carries her baby through the group. There is no ransom demand. The currency is social power, access, and an intense primate fascination with babies. In many monkey species, newborns attract attention almost immediately. Females approach them, stare at them, touch them, groom them, hold them, and sometimes carry them away. Often, the mother allows this. Sometimes she resists. Occasionally, another female takes the infant and refuses to return it. So why do monkeys kidnap other monkeys' babies? The answer begins with an important distinction. Most interactions between monkeys and infants that are not their own are harmless. Biologists usually call this infant handling or allomaternal care. A juvenile female may hold her younger sibling. An aunt may groom an infant. Another mother may carry a baby while its own mother feeds. In some species, group members even protect, nurse, or adopt infants. That can benefit everyone involved. The mother gets a break from carrying a small animal that treats her body as permanent public transport. The infant receives attention and protection. Younger females may gain experience that becomes useful when they have offspring of their own. Then there are interactions that look less like babysitting and more like an unauthorized transfer of custody. The difference often comes down to consent, duration, and whether the infant can still reach its mother to feed. Monkeys are intensely attracted to newborns. In macaques and baboons, other females may crowd around a mother shortly after she gives birth. They inspect the infant's face, touch its fur, and make repeated attempts to handle it. This attraction may partly come from the same mental and biological systems that make mothers responsive to their own babies. Evolution had strong reasons to make a female primate notice a tiny face, distressed calls, clinging hands, and the general appearance of something requiring immediate supervision. Those systems do not always check the infant's paperwork first. A female without a baby may still feel compelled to approach one. Juveniles can become especially persistent, though adult females also show strong interest. Researchers once suggested that young females handled infants mainly to practice motherhood. That probably explains some cases, especially when experience improves later parenting. It does not explain everything. Older females with plenty of maternal experience can be just as interested. Some handlers provide little useful care. Others tug at infants, carry them awkwardly, or prevent them from returning to their mothers. The attraction appears broader than a simple training program. Some monkeys may handle babies because the behavior itself is rewarding. Others gain social benefits. In several species, infants function almost like valuable social property. A mother controls access to something every nearby female wants to inspect. That gives her bargaining power. Studies of Tibetan macaques, capuchins, snub-nosed monkeys, and other primates have found exchanges between grooming and infant access. A female grooms the mother, then receives permission to touch or hold the baby. When infants are scarce, access can become more expensive. More grooming may be required before the mother relaxes her grip. Researchers describe this using biological market theory. The monkeys do not describe it at all. One female cleans another female's back for several minutes, then reaches toward the baby. Everyone understands the invoice. This usually works because the mother remains in control. Kidnapping begins when another monkey ignores the arrangement. Dominance rank can make that possible. Many macaque societies contain strict female hierarchies. A high-ranking female can threaten, chase, or attack a lower-ranking female with relatively little risk of retaliation. That inequality extends to infants. A dominant female may take a baby from a subordinate mother who cannot safely stop her. Studies of captive bonnet macaques found that rank, kinship, and previous reproductive experience influenced kidnapping behavior. Low-ranking mothers may become highly protective around females known for rough handling. But if a stronger female succeeds in taking the infant, forcing its return can be dangerous. The mother faces a terrible calculation. Attack, and the kidnapper may injure the baby during the struggle. Wait, and the baby may remain away from milk for too long. Observations of rhesus macaques show that mothers often avoid forcibly retrieving kidnapped infants, even when the separation becomes dangerous. Researchers have suggested that the immediate risk of conflict may suppress intervention. The mother may follow, vocalize, threaten cautiously, or wait for the kidnapper to become distracted. Primate diplomacy occasionally involves sitting 3 meters away while visibly imagining violence. Most brief kidnappings end when the handler loses interest or the mother finds an opening. Long kidnappings can be fatal. A newborn monkey depends on frequent access to milk. A non-lactating female may carry, groom, and protect the infant while being completely unable to feed it. The behavior can look affectionate from the outside. The infant still becomes dehydrated and starves. This is one of the darkest parts of primate kidnapping. The kidnapper may respond to the infant as though it were her own, holding it close and reacting to its cries, yet fail to provide the one thing keeping it alive. Maternal behavior is a collection of separate actions. Carrying is one action. Grooming is another. Protecting, nursing, recognizing distress, and returning the infant at the correct time are others. A monkey can perform several of them while missing the complete package. Biology has assembled a caregiver out of individual parts. Sometimes the result passes inspection. Sometimes it holds the baby confidently while leaving out lunch. Kidnapping also appears during periods of social instability. A recent study of captive geladas documented a dramatic change after the group's adult male was removed. Female aggression increased. One female began repeatedly taking infants. 2 of those infants died after being prevented from nursing, and the kidnapper continued carrying and caring for their bodies afterward. The researchers argued that the male's absence disrupted the group's normal social structure. In this case, kidnapping seems to have emerged from a broader breakdown in relationships, rather than an ordinary pattern of infant care. That does not mean males quietly supervise every monkey nursery. It does show that behavior can change when a group loses an individual who was stabilizing conflicts. Captivity can intensify these problems. Animals may have less space to avoid one another. Lower-ranking mothers cannot move far away. Group composition may differ from conditions in the wild. Crowding can make interest in infants harder to escape and conflict more difficult to diffuse. Some famous cases of kidnapping, therefore, tell us about monkey psychology under unusual social pressure, not necessarily what happens every week in a healthy, wild troop. In the wild, infant handling often exists on a sliding scale. At one end is genuine help. In the middle is intense curiosity that the mother tolerates because resisting would create more trouble. At the far end is forced removal that threatens the infant's life. The same female may move between those categories depending on her age, rank, reproductive state, relationship with the mother, and the infant's behavior. This is why scientists cannot give one motive for every kidnapping. Sometimes the female appears strongly attracted to the baby and simply refuses to release it. Sometimes rank allows her to take something a subordinate female values. In some species, infant harassment may contribute to competition between females. Some handlers may be gaining maternal experience. Others may be responding to hormonal or social changes after losing an infant of their own. And occasionally, what begins as kidnapping turns into adoption. Researchers have documented a Tibetan macaque mother taking a 3-week-old infant while already caring for her own. The relationship developed into adoption, with the female caring for both infants. Wild bonnet macaques have also been observed caring for orphaned babies through carrying, grooming, hugging, and protection. Caregivers included females and males of different ages. These cases show how difficult the label can become. A female takes an infant without the mother's approval. That sounds like kidnapping. If the biological mother is gone and the infant survives because of the new caregiver, the same behavior begins looking like adoption. The infant experiences the distinction more practically. Can it feed? Is it protected? Will the adult respond when it cries? The motive matters less than whether the new arrangement works. Caring for another female's infant can benefit a monkey when the infant is a relative. Helping a sister's offspring survive still passes shared genes into the next generation. An inexperienced female may also gain useful practice. A mother receiving help can spend more time feeding, recover energy, and sometimes reproduce again sooner. Those benefits help explain why allomaternal care evolved. Kidnapping may emerge when the attraction behind that care collides with dominance, competition, or poor judgment. Natural selection does not produce perfectly organized behavior. It builds tendencies that work often enough. Be interested in infants. Pick them up. Respond to their cries. Protect them. In most situations, those rules support care. Inside a tense hierarchy, the same rules can produce a high-ranking female holding a baby whose mother is too frightened to demand it back. The rules remain simple. The social consequences become complicated. So why do monkeys kidnap other monkeys' babies? Some are drawn toward infants by powerful caregiving instincts. Young females may gain experience, relatives may help one another, and mothers can trade access to babies for grooming and social attention. Rank changes the situation. A dominant female can sometimes take an infant without permission, while the mother avoids a fight that could make everything worse. Brief handling may end harmlessly. Prolonged separation can prevent nursing and kill the baby. There is no single criminal motive hiding behind the behavior. A monkey may be curious, maternal, competitive, socially opportunistic, recently bereaved, or reacting to a disrupted group. Sometimes she becomes a capable adoptive mother. Sometimes she is a dangerously enthusiastic babysitter whom nobody had the authority to refuse. The infant sits at the center of all these forces. It is a baby, a relative, a learning opportunity, a source of social leverage, and, occasionally, a symbol of rank. Humans see a kidnapping. The monkeys see an entire social system gathered around one very small animal. And somewhere nearby, the mother is still waiting for the safest moment to take her baby back. The primate family tree has more uncomfortable stories hidden in it. We will find another one next.